In Austin, I'm Quita Culpepper. A decades-long legal saga for a Travis County woman has come to an end. A Travis County judge formally declared Carmen Mejia innocent on Monday. In 2005, she was convicted in the death of 10-month-old Abelardo Casiano, who she was babysitting. After post-conviction hearings over the past 2 years, the trial court ruled evidence showed the infant's death in a bathtub was an accident. The Texas Court of Criminal Appeals had also made that determination. Mejia had been in custody since 2005. During the exoneration hearing, her daughter, who asked not to be shown on camera, talked about what her mother's freedom means to her.
And I want us to spend holidays together, birthdays, and even small moments like cooking dinner and sharing a meal. Something that may sound small to others, but means everything to me is knowing what it'll feel like to finally hug my mom for the first time. When I look at her now, I can finally see where I come from. We even have the same round cheeks. All I want is the chance to have the time with my mom that was taken from us.
After the hearing, Mejia remained in the custody of the sheriff's office. Her legal team says that's because she has an immigration detainer. This week, the Pflugerville community has a chance to tell school district leaders what they think about a proposal to close schools in order to save money. The draft proposal was submitted to the school board last week. Consultants drafted 12 possible cost-saving scenarios, including closing 4 elementary schools, Palmer Lane, Dessaw, Pflugerville, and Windermere, and 2 middle schools, Park Crest and Westview. The plan would also redraw school boundaries, moving thousands of students to different schools and potentially changing high school schedules. District leaders want to make better use of school buildings as enrollment declines. They're also looking to save money. The district is facing a projected $10.9 million budget deficit. And if every proposal in the draft were approved, PISD could save nearly $20 million in the first year. Leaders stress the process is still in its early stages. Several community feedback meetings are happening through Thursday. 2 candidates are heading to a runoff election to decide who becomes the Democratic Party's candidate for Hays County Judge. Incumbent Hays County Judge Ruben Becerra is facing off against Hays County Commissioner Michelle Gutierrez-Cohen in the May 26th runoff. Both fell just short of the 50% threshold that's needed to avoid a runoff. Here's reporter Jessica Cha.
In one of Texas's fastest-growing counties, the race for the Democratic nomination to lead Hays County as judge is coming down to 2 familiar faces.
Because I have a magnificent, almost decade-long track record of doing what I say, not just writing it down on a paper.
I'm just ready to take the next step, and I really hope that the voters can see that, in me and see my dedication.
Both candidates agree that Hays County's transformation isn't slowing down. But this May, voters will decide who they trust to guide the growth for the next 4 years. Judge Ruben Becerra, the incumbent, is seeking a 3rd term as Hays County judge because he says there's still a lot more they can do. He says they'd like to focus on improving their judicial and criminal justice system and creating a healthcare district so people have proper baseline healthcare. But protecting resources like water is his biggest priority.
We have created a public defender's office. We have created huge savings. I lowered the tax rate, lowest in 30 years.
At the most recent commissioner meeting, Becerra proposed a temporary pause on permits for high water use businesses, which was ultimately tabled due to legal concerns. Gutierrez-Cohen, who served Precinct 2 as a Hays County commissioner since 2023, agrees that the county should protect resources, but wants more time to look for solutions.
The data centers, industrial users taking all of our drinking water. No one in office in my footprint is standing up protesting this effort. Everyone's just sitting around and watching nervously. We do not have the leadership that we deserve and that we need at this moment, and I've been doing it.
We have too many problems at county that we need someone who's more collaborative, who will build on partnership, who will foster relationship, who has a bigger vision for Hays County, and just less divisive.
She says she's also looking to improve their judicial and criminal justice system and improving road infrastructure, like fixing older roads and addressing traffic. And while they may agree on most social issues they'd like to address, both candidates say their expertise sets them apart from each other.
She may do a great job representing in a skating rink or in a movie or who knows where, but in policymaking, in defending our community in our vulnerable spaces like the environment, I have the receipts. So that's where I focus.
The vote is in the hands of the people on May 26th. In Hays County, Jessica Cha, KVUE News.
With South by Southwest just around the corner, Austin's airport is getting ready to kick off a very busy travel season. And already this week, other airports like Hobby in Houston, which you see video of here, have experienced a lot of problems as people head out for spring break. Reporter Brianna Perez explains.
Long lines and longer wait times. It's a scene playing out at some airports across the country. Federal officials say peak wait times Sunday ranged from 3.5 hours at Houston Hobby Airport to about an hour and a half in New Orleans. At Austin's airport, security lines were steady Monday, with officials expecting to screen more than 29,000 passengers.
A busy day, what we call, is something with passengers over 35,000.
Homeland Security officials say the partial government shutdown is to blame, with TSA officers now set to miss their first full paycheck. Their union calling on Congress to ensure federal employees are paid. But with South by Southwest expected to bring in thousands to Austin, airport officials are gearing up for an influx of flyers.
So for that, we are anticipating, those 2 days after the events to be the busiest days for this travel season also.
Typically, daily departures hit about 36,000 per day during the festival, so the airport is increasing staff and urging travelers to be patient.
Get here with plenty of time. We cannot recommend that enough. We always recommend for passengers to get here 2.5 hours early if they have a domestic flight and 3 hours if they have an international flight.
Ahead of the travel rush, officials say they have also opened a new TSA checkpoint with the goal of easing congestion in the terminal. In Austin, Carmen Mejia, KVUE News.
And those are the headlines happening in Austin. I'm Quita Culpepper.